Today, I'm interviewing Jenx2. We talk about a lot of cool things like a new album, thoughts on the underground, and a lot more. This interview has definitely been long awaited, and I think it was a good one, so enjoy. I start off with this question basically every time. How did you get into music?
Shit. Like producing or just music in general?
Either one, whatever your heart tells you.
Well, like music has just always been surrounded by me growing up. Like, yeah, like my brother, I have an older brother who was a good influence on me, would put me on to shit way too young. So like I was listening to like early Tyler the Creator in like fourth grade, like old, well, not like old now, but like Eminem, stuff like that growing up. And then my dad would always like bump like Motley Crue and that type of classic rock and stuff like that. And then my mom was very much like John Mayer. So like I don't know, but every single one of my everybody in my family is like a music head a bit. So I've always been surrounded by it. And then I picked up drums like second grade. I played drums from like second grade to seventh grade. I played in the church a little bit. And then around that time, my brother downloaded Logic and I saw him making beats one day, like laying 808s down. And I was like, I want to do this. So I downloaded GarageBand on my phone. And then I made beats on my phone for like 2 years, saved up and bought a PC. And then that's it.
How did you get into the trap metal scene then?
Just friends in high school. Like, I'd mentioned this before recording, but like my high school, I wrestled in high school, so all of us listened to like hype up music and shit in the car and stuff. And one of my buddies, Tyson, put me on to Ghost Main, and then like from Ghost Main, Suicide Boys, from Suicide Boys to X to Cyber, and then they're on. I mean, that was basically it. Just homies in high school, probably when I was about 15, 16. Yeah.
That's interesting because like I always try to bring up like the music I listen to other people and they've never like ever heard of it. And it's
Yeah,
like
no, it's very niche.
I always assume like maybe it's online, like that's how everyone gets into it. But that's interesting.
Yeah, well, I was kind of like, I was one of those people that was like friends with everybody in high school. Like, I had like my core group of friends, but like, I definitely was like friends with like a lot of people. So, like, a lot of skaters and a lot of the pot smokers and shit like that, stoners and stuff like that. I was friends with like every friend group. So, I don't know, every friend group kind of has their own soundtrack. And specifically, like my friends that I wrestled with, Suicide Boys was like our thing, to be honest. So like, and that's not really trap metal, but like that was what got me started, at least in the underground. And then Ghost Main, and then just looking through recommendations on YouTube. It's like, oh, this guy dropped a music video. Who's this? Oh, this is fire, and just going down rabbit holes like that. I remember showing Cyber to like all my friends in high school and stuff.
What did they think of him?
They fuck with it. They fuck with it. He's hit or miss though. It's just
Yeah.
so raw, and then like he has those albums where it's just one take and he's just verbally throwing up on every song. So like you got to pick and choose which ones you show them. But I remember showing them So Generic, which is like an old cut. And they all were like fucking with that heavy. So like the angry stuff they fucked with.
That's funny. What I've always wanted to ask you, what is the meaning of the X2 in your name?
Okay, do you want me to give you the corny answer or the
Yes.
real answer?
Both.
Okay, the corny answer is because I work double as hard.
That's
And
fire.
the actual answer is because it's easier to look up.
That's not too far off than what I thought. That's yeah.
Also, I kind of wanted it to be like, I was Buck for a long time. I made beats for like 6 years before I ever recorded myself. And I wanted it to be separate, but I also wanted people to know it's the same thing or the same person. So I felt like tacking on the X2 kind of makes it where like, oh, it's the same person, even though I still get asked all the time if I'm Buck.
Yeah, I feel like you have a pretty distinct identity of like as an artist. Like how did you come up with I don't know your branding?
I mean, that's all my significant other, to be honest, Numa. She does all my art and stuff like that. She's been doing all my art for a long time. So around like 2 years ago, I kind of locked in on a certain like color palette that I was like, hey, this is kind of what I want to stick with for a while, like around X2 era with the black, white, and red stuff. But Yeah, that's all her, to be honest. A lot of the time, especially recently, I'll make a song and just send her it, and I'm like, I have no idea. I have 300 songs ish. I'm like, I have no idea what to do for cover art. I'm out of ammo. Draw something, and she just draws me something.
She's great. I mean,
No, she's
I
awesome. I
I
love her to death.
think my current profile photo is drawn by her.
Yeah, she's so goated. She's super talented. I could talk about her all day, but yeah, she definitely has been a big help for me. Cause dude, before her, dude, I was doing all my shit on PixArt. Either it was a nice picture of like a fucking sunset I took, or it was PixArt.
Was the Less My Bitterness or Memento Mori, were those her too?
No, those were me.
Those were you. Wow.
Well, but she helped with Memento Mori. I have to look at the art, but like the blue character,
Like the
on
background of
Memento
it?
Mori, yeah, on Memento Mori, there's like a blue figure on it. She drew that, and then I PixArted all over it.
Wait, that's really good. That's
Yes,
crazy.
yeah, because I wanted it to look the similar to Less My Bitterness at the time. So yeah.
That's cool. Oh, your producer tag.
Oh,
How
yeah.
did you like where is it from, first of all? Like how did you choose it?
Doctor Strangelove. It's from that Stanley Kubrick movie. I think that's how you say his last name. It's like an old movie, like black and white. And then I found it on there's a producer video that I saw on YouTube by Cody, and it was like how to find producer tags. And there's a website called yarn.io. You can go on there and just look up a keyword, and it pulls up like every movie or TV show that's used that word. So I just looked up Buck and scrolled on there for like an hour and then found it. I was like, oh, this is hard.
I kind of want to try that. I'm not even a producer.
No, it's sick. It's sick. You can go on there and find a lot. You have to sift through a lot because like I don't know, like you type in Buck and it will pull up stuff that's like not even a second long where somebody just says the word. But yeah, no, I remember I scrolled on there for like an hour and then found that and I was like, oh shit, this is hard, and then just rolled with it for way too long.
What is your overall perspective on art? Like what do you think makes like a good song or like a good artist?
I mean, it's all subjective. So like I guess like what makes me think of a good artist is like just being free and not giving a crap about anything, just doing whatever. Because at the end of the day, like it's for you, not for the audience. Like obviously you want an audience and stuff, but like if I take all my monthlies and listeners away, I'd still make beats, I'd still record, I'd still do everything. So like as long as you make that you're doing it for you, and then like in art in general, I guess whatever speaks to me or to the person, it's all subjective, like some people, there's that one painting, I don't know who it's by, but it's literally just a blue canvas and it's like $4 billion or something ridiculous. But like to 90% of the world, that's like, oh, that's just blue. That's stupid. But it's like to somebody that speaks to somebody. Art is all subjective, So like, I don't know. I can't really say like what makes good art good or bad. But like at the same time, you can make bad art, then it's still art because it's, oh, that's disgusting. That's gross. It's like, well, that's what I was trying to do. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. It's all subjective. It's kind of weird.
Okay, yeah. I think in the same vein, what is like your perspective on violence in like trap metal, like in the lyrics and that kind of thing?
Oh my gosh. I mean, bro, I don't got Call of Duty guns. All right. I think that's very clear, bro. I'm from Oklahoma. Like, I'm a good boy. It's do horror movie directors actually kill people?
I've said the same thing.
That's my perspective, is like, obviously, like, if you're talking about like gang shit, that's another thing because it's like, oh, you can't, that's off limits, you know what I mean? Like, you can't really rep that or whatever. But like, it's fucking fiction, dog. Like, I'm just trying to make it sound good, and it's how I feel. I feel like doing this. I've never done it, but this is how my emotions feel or whatever. And I think that sounds good when I scream it,
Yeah.
Some people are real hung up on that. Like, I'm not going to name names, but somebody that I really look up to says like, I'm not on that devil worshiping shit anymore. That scream shit's dead. And it's like, we didn't think you were worshiping the devil. We just thought it sounded hard. Like,
What the fuck?
you're bugging.
That sounds familiar.
Like, I'll tell you who it is later, but yeah, it's like, I mean, well, to each their own, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know, it's being too sensitive about it, I guess, a little bit. But it's fucking fiction, dog. It's fiction as hell.
Yeah, I've never gotten the strong negative reaction, like you should stop making this, that type of thing. That I guess devil worshiping, that type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, and even like, I don't even know. I don't know. I mean, I could talk about that for a long time, but like it's like with Lil Tecca. Remember his first Genius interview where he's talking about having a Phantom? He's like, I don't even drive.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah,
yeah.
bro. It's like it just sounds good. We still sing the lyrics. I don't have a Phantom either.
I think your X2 cover art, is there like a story behind that, or maybe the whole album? Is there like a theme?
I mean, there's not really like a story per se. I mean, my inspiration of it basically was like I've been getting definitely like super into electronic music and stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, like what if cyberpunk was trap metal? Nobody's done that, and I was like, I can do that. So that was kind of like my whole intent, especially like with the cover art and stuff. I kind of wanted to encapsulate that vibe of like Night City a little bit, but like I'm in an alley with the AK. I know that's real dead on the nose. There's not really a broader theme. That was really genuinely was at it. I was like cyberpunk
That makes sense.
vibes.
What was the first song that you made from that album? I'm curious.
Shoot, I have to look at the track list really quick. I think Saberfangs. I think the first song.
That makes
It
so
was
much
either
sense.
that or I Don't Give a Fuck with Ruslan. It was one of the two. I don't remember. I made both. I made the album very quickly. Like I made that album in about a month ish. So I think it was either the Ruslan one or Saberfangs.
That actually makes so much sense. I feel like that those songs encapsulate that
Yeah,
cyberpunk
and
thing.
I had made Saberfangs. After I made that was when I had the aha moment of like, oh, like cyberpunk trap metal. Nobody's done that. Which I don't honestly, I think I did it okay. I would do it better now, but I'm not gonna revisit that era. But I had made that song and then had the aha moment after. And I was like, that fits though. I was like, that's kind of what I'm trying to do consistently for this project.
How do you come up with songs or albums?
I mean, that's hard. A lot of the times I just make it. um,
Like you just dive straight
like with
into it?
yeah, with my early stuff, like with Less My Bitterness, I had made like 4 or 5 decent songs that had done well at the time compared like based on where I was at. Like I had a song called I Can't Help It Really that like popped off on SoundCloud. And when I say popped off, it hit like 15K, but I was like, holy fuck, which is still amazing. But
Yeah.
at the time, like where I'm from, everybody that makes music is boo-boo and either buys plays and they're clearly fake or they get like 300. So like this was like confirmation where I was like, "Oh, I'm actually like decent. Like this isn't just garbage. I'm not just some dude, in high school that tried recording." And I'd had a few of those like 15K, 20K, 10K, and I had moved into a house with some of my friends to make music. So I was like, now's a good as time as any. So with Less My Bitterness, I had no plan. I was like, I'm just gonna make a crap ton of songs and put them all together. And I made that in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Like at that time I was insane. I was making like 3 or 4 songs a day. And then with Memento Mori, there was definitely a little bit more thought put into it. I definitely like from the beginning, I knew I wanted it to go from like hard songs to melodic songs in the back end. Or I think it does the opposite. It starts melodic and goes to hard songs, like after the interlude in the middle of the album. And I knew I wanted to do that. But besides that, I kind of had the same idea. I just don't think, make stuff, and then put it together. And I think that's why they're good. I feel like with there's an album that I had with me and Drew called Saints that we had put out, and we just thought about it too hard. And there's a couple other things that I've done where I've just thought about it too hard, and I'm like, my first instinct is always the best instinct. I've realized, like, the quicker I do something, the better it is. So I don't know. I just turn brain off and just go, and then do it. So that was the thought process with those. Yeah, and then like with X2, like I said, I kind of was like, oh, let me try to make like a cyberpunky vibe, like dystopian universe idea, but trap metal. But then I just kind of did the same thing. I was like, let me just make beats and then make like 30 beats. And then the next week I'll come back and listen to them, like after I've kind of forgot about them. And then whichever speaks to me, I'll record on. And then with Berserk, there was even less thinking. With Berserk, I had a bunch of singles that I was gonna post as singles, and I had like 3 pop off in a row on TikTok, and I was like, okay, this got to be a project, so it's cohesive. So honestly, like that was not even a planned project, but it just turned into one. So there's not really a lot of thinking when it comes to it.
So you'd say they're more like compilation albums?
Kind of, yeah. I would say definitely with like Less My Bitterness and Memento Mori and Berserk, yes. Like, especially Berserk. Like, Berserk was literally planned to be singles, but I just had three in a row pop off, and I was like, okay, like, let me shove these all together because that will help Spotify's algorithm. So I just did that.
So you have a new album coming out, yeah? Have you announced that?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I haven't like on the gram, but like I've said it in the Discord and on my I've spoke about it. It's
Okay,
not I'm not
okay.
like
So we
hiding.
can talk about it, yeah.
Yeah, we can talk
Okay,
about it.
cool.
I don't have a name yet.
Is this going in like a different direction than before, or like, yeah?
1,000%. 1,000%. Like there is no screaming on it. I'm singing on the whole project, which I haven't done that. I haven't had a whole project where I'm singing on the whole thing.
Do you have anything out that you can compare it to, you think?
I have a song called I Tried to Hate You.
Oh, okay.
And it's very much kind of that vibe. A lot, maybe little less electronic-y than that song, but like definitely like lyric-wise and delivery and just mood, it's like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
There's a few on there that are like, I don't want to say stuff you've heard already, but like there's some on there where I'm just melodic rapping, like I would say typical melodic auto-tune Jen.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff on here that's like nothing I've dropped before. Like stuff I've made, but just kind of kept for myself. And, you know, last year, we're just going to go head deep. But like last year, I had a moment where I was just like really in my head because don't get me wrong, like the Scream stuff is fun. And I still listen to it sometimes and I'm kind of good at it. I think I have a little bit of a superpower that I can make my own beats. You know, a lot of the big dogs in the genre don't prod for themselves, and I feel like that's kind of what makes me different from that. But I feel like I plateaued. It just doesn't scratch the itch, you know? I could make one right now in an hour and a half, but in my head, I might think it's a 6 out of 10. You might think it's dope and awesome, but like it just didn't scratch the itch. I don't feel like I learned anything or got better at anything doing it. And so I was really like in my head with that last year. And then honestly, that's why I had lack of drops last year. Like last year, I think I only posted like 8 songs. It could be more, could be less. But like I was dropping like every other month, every 2 months. You know, I had a long stretch where I wasn't really like on the gas pedal super hard. And it's just kind of me being in my head of like, I know what the fans like. I know what my people that listen to me want. So like I didn't want to disappoint them. And then like I'm already like recoiling from the thought of people being like, this isn't what we want, dog. Quit being emo, get back on the Scream shit. You know what I mean? But that kind of all led up to about February this year, where I'm not gonna get into like the super whatever, but I had some like personal things going on in my life, and then I kind of had a moment where like I didn't realize I was depressed. I know, you know what I mean? Like the whole last year, I was very much just like smoking weed every day, waking up at 3 p.m., just living like garbage pretty much, you know? And that all basically exploded in February. And you know, I was making some songs about it a little bit, and then Daki and Numa kind of encouraged me where they're like, hey, if there's a time to make a project, it'd be now about this. Like, because not only is this like super fresh, but this is real. You know what I mean? Like you've been wanting to do this. Now is the best opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
And because of my lack of drops and like on the gas pedal last year, I feel like everybody that was a fan of me or like that fucks with me either grew up and they kind of are listening to the genre a little bit less, or they're gone, you know? And for me, I'm like, okay, that's fine with me. Like I said, I'll do this without anybody listening anyway. So I figured now's as good a time as ever to just push on. You know, I'm not saying I'm never going to do Scream shit ever again, but it just doesn't scratch the itch. Definitely not on my Jenx2 page. Like if I make a Scream song, it's going to be probably with a friend naturally in the moment, and then it'll go on the Karmamob page.
Yeah.
But it's not what my sights are on right now. And that could change.
Are you like completely over the I don't know, the expectation to make Scream rap?
Yeah, for sure.
That's
for
good.
sure. I won't act like it doesn't hurt. Like I said, I'm sure if somebody comments some shit like this is ass, we want Scream shit again. That'll sting a little bit, but like at the same time, I shouldn't give a fuck. You know, I'm definitely trying to, at least.
Yeah.
I don't know. Artists tend to get like really stuck in their head. At least like people that I know. I don't know. I got a lot of buddies, like especially like with funk stuff and trap metal stuff. It's like, man, I want to do different things, but I've got to where I am because of this. So like I know what they like. You know what I mean? Will they like this? I'm taking a chance kind of. But at the same time, like who cares?
Yeah. How do you expand to your next sound? Like how do you know? Like how do you find sounds like as like a producer and as an artist?
I mean, kind of going back to whatever scratches the itch, to be honest. Like I've been doing a lot of like electronic music. Like on the Buck X2 Spotify, I started out doing funk stuff and not like Sigma edits, but like DJ Smokey type funk stuff. And I had some stuff do well, but then like within a month I was like, "Oh, I don't only want to do this." So just kind of like trying something else like, "Oh, this is fun." Like I can see myself doing this a little bit for a long time and keep getting better at it. For me, it's like I said, like whatever I feel like I learned something or like I'm getting better makes it fun. You know what I mean? It sucks to get in the studio and then it just makes something you've already made. And then like, you know, like with Docky, with the Divinity album that me and him made, well, it's his album, but I produced for a lot of it. I remember me and him had made a few songs, like I produced Done and Dusted, and then we made that and he recorded on it, and we were like, dude, this is awesome. Like this scratched the itch for both of us. We're like, we got to make a project like this. So it's kind of just moments like that where like you do something and you're like, I'm so proud of that. I'm gonna try to keep in that direction.
Is it like also like what you're listening to at the time?
Yeah, there's an element of that for sure. For sure. Like when making the Divinity project, I was listening to a lot of like Nine Lives beats and stuff like that. So there's an element of that. It's kind of like taking something you're kind of into right now, making it yours, and then adding like a third chemical X and then like mashing it together. It's like, does this work? It does work, you know?
Yeah. How much time do you put into like your like rapper persona? I guess is probably a bad way to say that. Yeah.
It depends. It really depends. It kind of fluctuates. Like right now I'm in gen mode right now. So like I haven't really been making beats for anybody besides me, and like I'm trying to make at least like 1 or 2 or 3 songs a week. But then, you know, it depending if I have a huge backlog on gen, then all I'll do is produce. It kind of just depends on what's in the reserves, if that makes sense. Like you know, if I have like a ton of buck drops ready to go, then I don't need to work on that as much. Or, you know, if I have like a ton of placements with a bunch of people that aren't out yet, then I'll kind of ease off the gas pedal. Like, oh, I need to get my next gen stuff ready. Then I'll kind of whatever's needed, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So it's like balanced. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably like 50-50, to be honest. Maybe 60-40. Like I definitely produce more than I record, but it's about even.
Do you listen like to your own music?
It depends. Not when it's out.
Okay. Because I feel like if I was an artist, I would love to be like, I would add all my songs to the playlist.
Yeah, but by the time it comes out, I've heard it a lot because I'll list like, especially with making your own beats as well. Like by the time I record, I've heard this beat for 2 hours generally, especially with the X2 era stuff where I'm like overproducing the beats. Like a lot of those beats would take me like 2 hours ish. So I'll do that. And that's why I'd have to come and record on it another day because my brain is just so fried. And then like you make the song, mix and master it, and then I'll car test it over and over. And then especially like if it's a project, I'll car test like the order of the album and like change it around a little bit and then listen to the whole thing again. So by the time the song's like out to where listeners are hearing it, I've heard it over 100 times.
Dang. That's
yeah. Generally.
That makes sense.
Like I don't know. Unless it's like a song that I really like and I'm rarely in this mode. I was on this mode like when I was real early on, but like make a song by the end of that week it comes out, then I'll listen to it more because I haven't sat with it long. But a lot of the times, like I tried to Hate You in the vault for like 3 months before it came out. Like a lot of the song when they come out, like they've been out or been in my vault for a long time. Like I Need that song, my latest Scream song, that's 7 months old.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's kind of insane.
I made that honestly probably like October of last year, 2025.
Is that towards the end of like your clarity about scream rap?
Yeah, that was definitely when I was like, unless it's natural and I make it in 30 minutes, I'm not gonna force this. Yeah, and that's like one of the good ones. Like in that era, there's probably like an album, honestly. I have like 10 or 15 scream songs in the vault that probably won't come out just because to me, they didn't scratch the itch. They're 5 out of 10. You know, I show them the docky and he thinks they're hard, but it's my choice. You know, I don't think they're that good, you know, so.
With your Vault album, well, actually, what, like, how old did the songs date back? And, like, will you make another one eventually with your, like, what did you say earlier? 300 songs in the Vault?
Yeah, well, no, that's just 300 songs just out, honestly.
Oh my God, wow.
My vault there's probably 50 something in there. I'll have to organize everything. And not all of them are scream stuff, don't get me wrong. Like some of them are just like an idea, like hook verse, and that's it. But yeah, no, that's honestly why I dropped Vault X2 is because I had so many songs that sounded nothing alike that were needing to come out. But I was like, let me just not think and just make it a compilation album and just drop it. So whenever that kind of builds up again, I will do that again.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I don't know if that will be that'll probably be this year, honestly. Like just knowing myself. That'll probably happen this year.
That's cool. You have like a group of songs with this like specific color scheme, and it's kind of like my theory that this is gonna be like what the next album is gonna look like. It's the like yellow, green, and white like cover arts. Is this? Am I onto something here? Because I feel like it's been building up to something, you know?
Yes and no. Not that particular art style, but like I'm definitely like moving on from because for me, the black, white, and red, just looking at that color palette, it's like angry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I'm definitely moving towards like greens and stuff like that. Honestly, like I said, that kind of all goes back to Numa, to be honest. I point this way because she's in the other room. I don't know. I honestly, like, I'll tell her, like, hey, I want this to be black, white, and red, or do your own thing. So, but she's kind of naturally done that because what she'll do is listen to the songs and then make something off of that. So, like, this isn't art that's out yet. And this isn't for the album. Let me try to find it real quick. But like kind of what you're saying, I can send this. But kind of what you're saying, it's like the green, yellow a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be like a single art for the album coming out. But so like it's not really like that methodical where I'm planning it out. It's more of just like it's not the same color scheme as what my old stuff is.
So that's like a representation of your like your sound changing and shifting.
Yeah, because it's a whole different mood. You know, I wanted people to feel angry or hype or work out to my other stuff, and now like this is not that. It's not that at all. If you're lifting listening to my new album, you're gonna drop the weight on your neck on purpose.
I really liked the was one more the first one out of those like couple songs.
Yeah. That's not on the project. But I mean, obviously, that came out a while ago. But that was around the time where I started just doing other stuff. Like I don't know. I've just been listening to so much stuff that's not trap metal and trap at all. You know what I mean? I honestly I listen to so much EDM now, and then I listen to the new underground stuff like Slayer and Rex V2 and stuff like that. And then just like a lot of indie music. I've been listening to, there's an artist named Soli Had I've been listening to. I don't know. And I've always listened to pretty much every genre, but there definitely was like favorites. And now I just listen to everything. Like I've been listening to ISO, Porter Robinson, Space Laces. I could keep going, but I'm blanking. But yeah, like I just been listening to so much stuff that's not that. Kind of what you were saying earlier, like you kind of make based on what I'm listening to right now is very true.
Yeah. You said kind of like the new underground. Is that like, what do you think like the scene of like 5 years ago, like where do you think everyone from there is like at now? Like is it the same people? Is it like, I'm curious on your perspective on this.
What do you mean? Like who's running stuff?
I guess. I mean, like, yeah, like, what are those people listening to right now, you think?
They're just probably listening to the new generation. And when I say like the old underground, I'm thinking like Trippie Redd, Cardi, last gen, basically, when I was in high school. But I'm out of high school. So like these people in high school are listening. They're not going to listen to 5-year-old music generally. They're going to listen to what's coming out and what speaks to them now. I don't know. I'm tapped in. I listen to everybody, like I said. So like there's some people that are good and some people that I don't think are my favorite. But like I don't know. I don't know. I'm glad to see where that whole double XL freshman list went. Like Uzi is still Uzi. Everybody loves Lil Uzi Vert. You know what I mean? I still bump it. If he drops a new album, I'm bumping it, even though I didn't like the last few. Same with Cardi. Cardi is kind of here hit or miss a little bit, but he's also like pushing the genre a little bit. Like he's the one that made these with Whole Lotta Red. Nobody liked Whole Lotta Red, and then they saw him performing it, and they were like, "Oh, I get it." And it's like the new gen saw that and just took it up to level 10, where it was like, "Fuck Spotify. These are all for live," you know. And of course, that's half and half. But I mean, and Trippie Redd maybe isn't at the level where he used to be. But even Trippie Redd, like if he drops an album, I'm peeping it. You know what I mean? I mean, he has the blacked out mansion. I'm glad he's there. He worked for it, you know? So I don't know. I don't know like exactly like 100% how to answer that, but like there's a video of Kanye when Too Hollis was first popping off getting his haircut to jeans. So they're tapped in too. They're taking notes on these new people too. You can learn from everything.
That's kind of a 180. What about Bound? I feel like that's different in terms of is that the only like did you drop that in 2025?
I think that might have been 2024. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
See, for me, that's an example of thinking too much. I don't like that project, to be honest. No, I don't like it. I mean, it scratched the itch when making it, but then I put it out and I was kind of just like, eh. Like, I made it and had everything together. You can ask Docky. I almost didn't drop it.
Whoa.
I very much got convinced to put that out because I kind of didn't like it. I mean, I had an aha moment with the DJS type beats, kind of where the bass blows out, and then when the bass comes in, everything ducks under it, kind of. Making beats like that was fun, but then I recorded on it and made a project of that, and I was like, this is alright, you know. That's my opinion, though. I'm glad you like it. That makes me feel better about it that I know it's liked, but I totally forgot about that project, to be honest. So I guess this is my second project where I'm doing auto-tune singing stuff only.
Do you like any of the songs on there? Like, do you like Backwards at least?
Yeah, I like Backwards. That one's fun. Yeah, I didn't make that beat. That honestly
Really?
too. No, Yugi did 808 Yugi. Yuki.
Oh wow, that one's really good.
And he sent me that beat and I was like, bet, recorded on it, did it in 30 minutes. Like, I feel like my best stuff is the stuff I make the quickest. When I think the least, you know? Like, pretty much all of those songs on that project, I didn't write. I don't write a lot. I just punch, which I didn't do on this new project. And not in a bad way. But, like, I'm not thinking too hard on this new project at all. But it's definitely more thought of. Like, I don't know, I feel like I used to smoke weed a lot, like a ton. Like I would hit the bong like 7 times a day, and I quit doing that in February. And I feel like my writing has leveled up like 5x. No pun intended. X2. But like my vocab has gotten better, and like I feel like a lot of my lyrics, which is scream rap, it doesn't matter that much, but it's like Instagram captions. Like nothing really correlates. With this new album, like there's very much a topic.
Okay. I was very interested. I think I had a question about that. I was very interested in hearing about like an expansion on lyrics. That's super cool. I'm really excited for that.
No, that's definitely like, yeah. And a lot of the time too, like I'm writing without a beat. I'll just like borderline like write poetry on my phone and just go for like 2 pages and then have a song and be like, do I hear a flow with what I wrote or a melody? And then do that. So I feel like everything like is cohesive generally. Like there's a couple songs on there, like I said, that you've heard me do something like that before, where it's just auto-tune, loud 808 kind of. There's probably like 2 on the album that are like that, but it's very like very personal and like real stuff that happened.
Wow. I love hearing this insight from like interviews and then listening to the album after it comes out. I'm
Yeah.
super excited.
That's why I wanted to talk about it, is because it's such a pivot where like I feel like I said, I made music that people would just live to and not really like listen to much about, you know, just talking about guns and weed and alcohol and shooting people, XYZ, you know? But like this is definitely like stuff that happened to me on this project and like how I feel. And it's stuff that I 10 toes I'm gonna stand on. Like there's not even a lot of cussing on this album, which that wasn't on purpose. But there's like multiple songs where I don't say a cuss word.
Dude, that's too far.
It wasn't on purpose. It's not like I sat down and was like, let me not cuss. It just happened because I'm saying that focus. There's no filler.
That's cool. I feel like the pre-evolution of this in my mind is you have like a series of songs called Life Is Not the Same Anymore, or just Isn't the Same Anymore. Is it kind of like that? Or I kind of want to hear your perspective on those songs, because those are one of the first songs that I listened to from you.
I mean, it kind of correlates where it's real emotions, but it doesn't sound like that at all. There's actually, I'm starting a new series on this album too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, which you'll see that later. I'm not gonna spoil that yet. But and it's part one, but there will be a part two, part three, and who knows after that. Yeah, it's kind of like that, where it's just real and how I'm feeling and stuff that I'd fully stand on. Like, and don't get me wrong, with the Scream stuff, I would fully stand on it, but there is that element of like, I obviously don't have a tank, guys. This is just how I feel. I feel like I would drive a tank right now. You know what I'm saying? I was just dumb to say out loud, but like literally. And everything on this is like 1000%. Like my parents hate my music generally. They don't like Scream stuff and they don't like that I'm yelling the F word. My parents are very goody two shoes, if that's the right word. I love them to death. And they love that I make music and they're super proud of me, but it's not for them. And they know that. So they don't really. I showed my mom some of the new songs on this and she like loves it. And just to get some type of approval. Like I said, like this is something I can fully stand on. This is something that like my brother was like, this is you. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about Jen. I'm talking about me. You know what I mean? So yeah, like this is me taking the mask off this project for sure.
That's cool. When does it come out?
I don't know. Soon. I have a couple more singles that are coming out, and then after that is when it's gonna start to roll out. So we're in April right now, June or July, like 2 months-ish, 3 months max. And the rollout's gonna be quick. Like I'm not gonna do like 5 singles and then drop it. I'm probably gonna do like 2 or 3 and then drop the project. And it's all gonna be within the same month. Like I'll drop something the first Wednesday, something the next Wednesday, and then the project on the next Wednesday after that.
Okay, I'm excited.
And I'm just gonna let it breathe. Like I said, this is it's very important to me. I'm a little sensitive about it. I think I'll be fine, but like I said, I'm already kind of bracing for comments of like, this isn't what we want, dog. This is lame as fuck. I'm just gonna let it breathe, stand 10 toes on it. I mean, but my 2026 resolution is just wear my heart on my sleeve and just be honest. So this album is just full honesty.
Man, I like that a lot. I love when artists like force like me as the listener to like change with them, you know?
Yeah, that's definitely what I'm trying to do. Think of this like, imagine if Tyler like skipped Cherry Bomb and just went straight from Wolf to Igor. That's what it feels like I'm doing right now. Like it's very much like some of the songs are pop music, some of them are a little bit EDM, some of them are like acoustic R&B. I say acoustic, it's on a boom bap beat, but there's like some R&B stuff. I'm singing falsetto. Like I went head first.
What is your favorite song that you've made? This is one of my favorite questions to ask.
Ever?
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's really hard. They're all my babies. It has to be Oops All Straps. I hate to say it. But like I'm eating because of that song.
Really?
I mean, that's what got me to where I'm doing this as my job. You know, I was working and then I dropped that song and I didn't have to work anymore.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So
is that your most popular song?
Yeah.
Dang.
So it has to be that. If it's not that though, I have to look at the list. Hold on. It changes. Okay. So if it's not Oops All Straps and this changes commonly, then it's probably Ooey right now.
Okay.
Just because I like the energy on that. Maybe Tank, because I love the mix on that song so much and the beat. Same Friends is really good too. That's my favorite to perform is Same Friends.
Have you done many shows?
Not a ton, enough to be done practicing. I've done 2 shows with Karmamob in Austin. I did another show in Austin with just as Jen. And then I've done probably about 8 or 9 here in Oklahoma.
Wow.
And yeah, I'm taking a break from it, but I've performed enough to be ready for the next step. It's just not there yet, if that makes sense. I had an aha moment where I realized I was like, wait, these venues aren't going to have autotune. I have to bring that. Like, oh, that's why Taylor Swift tours with 18 semis. She brings all of her own speakers and her own shit. I was like, oh. So I got to get like some equipment and stuff to get ready to perform this stuff for my new album and stuff like that. And honestly, some of them are too personal for me to perform, to be honest. But there's a few on there that I would do. And then I have a solid amount of melodic stuff that I would do live. But like I have to do Oops All Straps too. You know what I mean? So the set would be crazy.
You know what? I like the contrast. That'll be fun.
No, I think it'd be funny to do like 6 melodic, like soul bearing songs. And then to just be like, all right, guys, time to scream. Last song. Turn the fuck up.
That's awesome.
Oops All
That's
Straps.
awesome.
Especially like at these shows that I've been performing at where they're generally like trap metal shows. Like they'll have a couple bands there and then it's just scream rap at the shows. I think that'd be really funny to just be like super emotional for the whole first 80% of my set. I performed one more live once. No auto-tune or anything. I just went for it. And dude, that was so fun. That was the gratifying moment where I was like, this is what I need to do. Because that went harder than like some of my scream shit would have done live.
I bet the like the peak of it would be insane.
Yeah, the oons oons stuff bangs live. It's very fun.
What would be your dream music collab?
I'd like to produce for Cyber. A song with Trippie Redd would be fun because I love Trippie Redd. A lot of my vocal influence comes from him. I feel like me and him singing on a song would be very like, it would contrast well.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really go, anymore. Party Next Door. I'd love to produce for Party Next Door. I'd love to collab with ISOXO or Knock 2. I don't know. I can't really think of any more. But yeah, I mean, prodding for Suicide Boys would be fun. That'd be a throwback. I don't really listen to them anymore, but like locking in with the studio with them and being like, hey, here's a necro trap beat. It would be hilarious. I would love to just give somebody like an artist that's known for a specific thing, just something hella left field. I would love to do that.
That would be awesome, bro. I've never heard like your type of beat that sounds like Berserk before with the like, I don't know how to describe it, the like greater, the fast paced like bass. I've never heard that before. Where does that come from?
Necro trap, to be honest. Yeah, when I made Berserk or around that era, I would listen to like people that would make that type of genre. Not even just like specific Negro Society or anything like that, but I love the beats. Being a producer, like I listen to beats and then like everything along with the beat, and then I listen to like the melody, and then I listen to words. Like words are the last thing I listen to. So I remember like just listening to like all those types of beats and just being like, damn, like they're just so metallic and like industrial. So that my idea of kind of with Berserk, which like I said, that kind of just happened. But my idea in that time frame was like, let me try to like make those types of beats and then just scream my head off on them, because typically they don't really scream. They're mostly talking, kind of like I do on Same Friends. So I was like, let me scream on these. So that was what I did, and it popped off.
That's awesome. I wish I heard someone like mainstream on one of those beats, bro.
On God. Nobody does. Like, how crazy would it be to hear like a JPEG Mafia on one of those like 808s?
That's what I mean, bro. You should start emailing people.
Gotta get in there.
How has Karmamob influenced you as an artist?
Oh, like a tenfold. Not really like, I wouldn't say influences me in what I make, but definitely influences my mentality. Like with being that whole like trapped in my head, like not really knowing what I want to do, but being like, I don't know, I don't think they'd like it, but yada, yada, yada. Like I said, it was Docky, Brokey, Numa. They were all the people being like, dude, fuck that. Just make whatever, dude. Just do whatever you want. Honestly, if it wasn't for them, this project wouldn't be coming out. This one that, or it wouldn't have been made. Numa and Daki, like I said, they kind of sat me down and they were like, yo, man, like I know you've been making this type of stuff and you said you kind of want to go album mode. Now's a better time than ever because this is fresh and you actually feel like this. And I was like, okay. So I did it. You know what I mean? So like 1,000%. And just like they're my best friends. Just in general, like I mean, I talk to them every day. Me and Doggy played Overwatch last night. Literally, we all talk pretty much every day. So, a huge influence on me and like my mentality of everything. And then, you know, like there's no jealousy at all. Like seeing Docky come up is awesome. You know what I mean? We're all super encouraging of each other. There's no type of like, no, like I said, there's no type of jealousy where it's like, dang, he had his, I want to get mine. Obviously, it motivates you to work harder, but it's everybody's happy to see each other eat.
That's awesome.
And I mean, we've all known each other for about 5 years. I mean, I've known Cassidy for like 6 or 7 now. I've known him for about 7 years now, and then I've known same with Numa. I've known her for probably 7 years now. I've known Docky for about 5. I've known Brokey for about 6 years. We've all known each other for so long. So like if I quit music today, I'd still talk to them every day. It has nothing to do, like our relationship isn't music. Of course, it's influenced by that and we collab and do stuff, but we actually are just friends. That's what I think is kind of Karmamob's superpower is that like we're just friends at the end of the day. You know, a lot of people are kind of like they're friends because of what they do together. And it's not that with us. Like I said, I play Overwatch with Docky last night. We just play games together sometimes.
Karmamob is like, I feel like what's keeping the scene going, at least for me. I don't know. I appreciate you guys a lot.
Well, we appreciate you, dog.
I appreciate that. I feel like I don't really know many artists outside of Karmamob in this scene specifically.
There's a few. It's just, you know, like this is, I've said this about trap metal and it's ironic because I'm leaving trap metal, not really, but looking away from it at least a little bit, is for me that like there's nobody running the genre that's doing something new. I was, you know, if somebody did something and it was completely fresh and it popped off, then that's like the wave. You know what I'm saying? Like with X, for example. I mean, X was kind of the pioneer. Not really, Cyber was, but X is one that like blew up off of that stuff. But he had that attitude and then the type of beats and the way just everything is. And then his flow where it was almost like cartoonish, but then he would scream his ass off and like doing this. And that's kind of what I was trying to do with like X2. You know what I mean? Not that I was trying to like blow up or anything like that, but like it was an aha moment where I was like, hey, nobody's done this before and I can make cyberpunk trap metal. So I did it. A lot of what made me kind of not really like fuck with it anymore is because I'm out of ammo. Like, what else can I do? I've plateaued. I don't have any ideas and I don't, you know what I mean? I would love for somebody to come into the scene and completely change shit up where it's still scream rap, but it's a new thing. But everybody just kind of does the same thing. It's like how a lot of people are trying to be Cardi. And don't get me wrong, like I'm not the best at this either. Like I've made a few songs that sound like Lil Darky before. I'll stand on that. You know what I mean? But like, you know, and that kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier is that a lot of the big dogs in the scene don't produce for themselves. And I feel like that's kind of what sucks about this is that like either you have to have a team of like 5 or 6 producers around you that see your vision and completely make it come to life, kind of like Yeet, or like produce it yourself. You know what I mean? I feel like nobody's done something new and revolutionary in like 3 years.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
So that's why it's been kind of dead. You know, I don't know. I don't think it's dead. I'm not trying to shit talk anybody. I think the artists are dead. And that's personally why I left. And I feel like that's personally why other artists are kind of leaving the genre because it's like, what else can I do?
I really like the expansion from everybody. I'm hearing like a lot of the rappers like going to metal, you know? Like that's awesome.
Yeah, and that's fire as fuck. I fuck with slam metal and peeling flesh so hard. So like do that shit. Do that shit, you know, whatever scratches the itch. I'm never gonna knock anybody for trying something new. It's just as far as with trap metal, you know what I mean? Like, what else can we do now? You know, I'm sure somebody can think of something, but like, that's not gonna be me.
I'm excited to hear the new stuff. I basically have one last question for you, which I think is like a tradition now. Do you have any advice for new artists?
Don't think. Every time I think, it sucks. Literally, Your first instinct is always the best instinct. Go with your gut 100% of the time. Obviously, don't be a dumbass and just throw shit at a wall. But you can get really stuck in your head. Like, oh, I'm trying to sound like this. I'm trying to do this. And like, I don't have a style or whatever, whatever. Your style will come naturally. When I started making beats, I didn't think like I want Buck beats to sound like Buck beats. I just made beats. And then eventually I kind of realized, oh, I don't like claps. I like snares. Like, oh, I like using this. I like this kick a lot. I use this kick all the time. I like when my 808s have this type of noise profile or whatever. I like when they have that harmonic. I'm going to use those types of 808s. And then naturally over time, you'll develop a style and develop a thing. So like, if you don't scream like me, if that may be discouraging, don't be discouraged because you can probably do gutturals. I can't do gutturals. You hear my voice. My voice is up here, man. I can't do gutturals at all. So figure out what you're good at. Your gut instinct is usually right and just do whatever. Just go. Just go. Just go. You can get really analysis paralysis when being an artist. And like that's the death of you. That causes anxiety, that causes a lot of mental strain that you just don't need because you're supposed to just be a painter and just throw shit and throw strokes, do whatever, painting. No, painting. You know what I mean? So just do shit.
Yes, dude. That's awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on.
No doubt, dude. I enjoyed this.
Hell yeah.